Why did Shedeur Sanders fall in the NFL draft? There's not a simple answer. There are many layers to why quarterback Shedeur Sanders had a precipitous drop in the 2025 NFL draft. The quarterback was forecasted by many to go in the first round after he set Colorado's single-season records for passing yards, completions, attempts, touchdowns, completion percentage, and quarterback rating last year. Yet, Sanders didn't hear his name called until the Cleveland Browns selected him in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, ending a lengthier than expected wait. Even with the production and the talent, there was still a question after he tumbled down draft boards all the way to Saturday afternoon. Why did Sanders slide to round 5? USA Today Sports spoke to several individuals around the NFL to investigate why Sanders fell to the 144th overall pick in the 5th round of the draft. Why did Shedeur Sanders fall in the draft? Overall ability as an NFL quarterback. Despite Sanders' success at Jackson State and Colorado, many NFL teams didn't view him as a top quarterback prospect. He's a really good quarterback but doesn't have traits that jump off the chart. Former NFL All-Pro running back and current NFL Network analyst Maurice Jones-Drew told USA Today Sports, "Doesn't mean he's not good, but he's not the fastest and doesn't have the strongest arm." Arm strength and mobility are considered two of Sanders' main weaknesses when evaluating him as an NFL quarterback prospect. He completed just 47% of his passes beyond 20 yards and 68% of his passes between 10 to 19 yards at Colorado last season. He also completed 54% of his passes when under pressure last year. Sanders was sacked 94 times in 2 seasons at Colorado, the most in FBS during that span. Interview process. There were several reports leading up to the draft that criticized Sanders' draft interview process. CBS Sports reported that Sanders' spiral down the draft reflects how he carried himself during the process. The Ringer reported Sanders had a poor interview with the New York Giants, a team that ultimately selected quarterback Jackson Dart in the first round. "I'm not going to get into that," Giants general manager Joe Schoen told reporters Friday after reports surfaced about Sanders' unfavorable meeting. An anonymous NFL assistant coach told NFL Network his meeting with Sanders was the worst formal interview he ever had. Is the juice worth the squeeze? And when the juice has some flaws, the squeeze of managing the personality and dad equal it not being worth it in a lot of instances, an NFL agent told USA Today Sports. The agent spoke on condition of anonymity because they don't represent Sanders. Furthermore, Sanders declined to play at the East-West Shrine Bowl and elected not to participate in drills at the NFL Combine. Each event can impact a prospect's draft status. It's important to remember that it's still a job interview when we're going through the pre-draft process and as clubs are evaluating a potential face of the franchise. It's important for a QB to look the part and present himself in a certain way, an NFL agent told USA Today Sports. They spoke on condition of anonymity because they don't represent Sanders. Sanders' own admission shows he may have second thoughts about how he handled the entirety of the pre-draft process. "I feel like in life, there's always a way I can improve. I'm able to improve. And some things that I did that seemed right at the time, I could have went about it a different way," he said. Lack of traditional agent. Sanders doesn't have a traditional certified NFL agent. His Hall of Famer father, Dan, guides him. His father has a strong presence in his life, and not to mention he has been through this process. I think a lot of people are intimidated by that. Former NFL defensive end Hugh Douglas said to USA Today Sports. A prominent NFL agent told USA Today Sports that Sanders' choice not to have a traditional agent is self-serving. They spoke on condition of anonymity because they don't represent the QB. A traditional agent could have informed Sanders of his draft stock or helped him improve his standing. It's worth noting there are other NFL players who don't have traditional agents. For example, 2-time NFL MVP Lamar Jackson represents himself, as does 10-time Pro Bowler Bobby Wagner, to name a few notable players.